Now, this is a cleaning product I can get behind. LEP. Oh, it's on the French side. Nettoyant concentré aux agrumes de qualité industrielle. I'm Pierre Lapointe. This is Viper Shenanigans. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, so on the last episode, I spent my whole life getting these displays working. Whether they still work or not is a mystery. We'll find out soon enough. Digits are coming and going like crazy. And I spent another lifetime trying to figure out why these test buttons were not working. And right at the end of the video, I discovered that the ground wire for those test buttons coming from here, going in through this connector out to this side, is where I lost continuity. So today, it's a big day. We're going to find out if we can get those test buttons working. So I hate trying to repin these things because pulling these terminals out of these housings, I just find very challenging. I have sort of the right tool, but I don't have the super fancy tool. I got the medium end tool. So I'm going to start with this and see what we can find out. I'll show you the tool. It's in here somewhere. It is a, what is that? 0.93, 0.63, forgot the size. Pin, here it is. I'll probably say right on here. 0.093 extraction tool. So there's a couple kinds. There's just your generic non-retractable kind. Then there's the kind that like you push it in and it like retracts. And I guess that's better. I have the non-retractable extractable tool. And I've got this other double ender too. These are I guess the two main sizes, 0.0093 and then there's like a 0.67 or something. Anyway, armed with these tools, we will see if I can repin the male and female side and see if we can get continuity and see if we can get switches working. So it's a big day for Viper. You hopefully will be a happy snake very shortly. The thing about these connectors, sometimes they're effing impossible to take apart. I never had to take it apart initially. This machine came to me in pieces, so my little weak little fingies just not capable. I'm trying to use like pliers and whatnot, and then you got to try and squeeze these stupid tabs at the same time. So I'm gonna do something here that everybody's gonna just cringe at. I'm gonna get so much hate mail for this. Never done this before. But these tabs, like this connector, is friggin' connected just fine and dandy. Don't need these effing locking tabs there to make my life even more difficult than it already is. So now, with these locking tabs disabled, I should be able to get some pliers on these. Okay, that was quite the fight, man. Holy crap. It was not easy to take apart, but have a look at that. Wow. That is, that's your problem there, boys and girls. Whoa. I kind of need to redo this whole connector, but oh my god. I don't know. Having to do all 5 wires, so 10 wires in total. That could be the bane of my friggin' existence. Wonder if there's some other connector, like if I could just cut them all off and start from scratch. Wonder if I have any of those. I remember seeing something in here that was similar, but what are these? You know, I could do it in 2 separate connectors if I've got male and females here. Do I? Yeah, look at that. I could start from scratch, cut all those wires right off, and then, yeah, there's another female. Male and female, male and female. And I believe these are, yeah, this is pretty, this might be my saving grace here, so I may just do that. Okay, so I actually was able to have luck removing these pins from this end, but this end, just nothing is budging. So instead of using those big fat connectors, I found these. These are 0.93, and like I matched up the 0.93 terminal. What was that? Oh, that's my locking arm. I matched up these terminals to what I've got in my goodie bag, and I think they are the same. So I'm going to go ahead, pop them in here. I've got a couple of these guys, 0.093 connector plugs, and I got a bunch of those that I found in my stash, so that may just work. I got the old connectors. Well, I snipped the one off. I'll keep these just in case one day I want to fight and try and remove these if I ever get the proper tool, and potentially could reuse these housings, so I won't throw those out. But I didn't end up using these housings, like I said. This is the progress report. I've got this side done. This is what, the male side. So I've got the females all crimped on there, and they appear to be happy. It's the most kind of repinning of this style terminal that I've actually ever done. I've only done a few of these here and there over the years. I haven't really had to do much, but it's a full-on 8-pin job here. So I will add on my housings, connect it together, try not to screw up the color coding here, and we'll go from there. Okay, there it is. It's all done. Now, for the ultimate test, we're going to see if we've got continuity through all of these connectors, and we're going to save yellow the best for last. Let's see. Can you hear this? Nope. How about this? Okay. Let's start with this side here. That's good. Let's move on to red. Who knows if these guys had continuity? Did I just completely block? Let me move my arm here. Red seems happy. This is blue. Blue seems happy. In case I did block you, let's try this again. That seems happy. And, wait for it. Well, I'd say we have continuity. So these test buttons better friggin' work now. All right, machine is powered on. If this works, be pretty friggin' happy with the solution here. So first things first, let's see if our displays are still working. I haven't looked yet. Hey, what do you know? Everything is still good, but once I leave the machine on for like 4 hours, that might be a different story, but we'll cross that bridge if we need to. All right, finally, the big test. What else was potentially not working in that connector, or are they all pertaining to this? Because there's a red wire, but no, that's thin. I think this blue wire was part of the equation. Oh, this black orange wire, was that part of the equation? Anyway, let's just get to it. Let's see what happens here. Nothing. What about this? There we go. Finally. There's everything happening all at once. That's the everything test. We got sound happening. We got display test happening. We've got all lamps happening. All the solenoids are firing. Hey, finally served up a ball. Hallelujah, we have success, boys and girls. That is awesome. Now I can really, actually progress having the diagnostics tool. That's definitely helpful. While we're at it, let's go through some tests. I'm in lamp test now. I'm going to guesstimate we'd be lucky to have 50% of our lights working. Look at this. 3 out of all these. A couple are very dim. 2 of maybe 2.5 of all these greens. 4 of 8 there. 1, 2, 3 out of these 6 arrows. We got 4 out of these 6 drops. Some 1, 2s, and 3s working up there. And of course nothing in the back box. And general illumination wise, we're missing a lot. I think I'm going to probably be spending a month on dealing with light bulbs and sockets. Not the bulbs so much, but the sockets are, I'm sure, going to be pretty crappy. Let's see what's next. Got display test. They're looking mighty fine. And now we got our solenoids. Let's see if we see the slingshots firing. I'm pretty sure everything works. Going through sound as well. Yep, sling, sling, drop, pop, pop, drop. We've got to make a song now. It goes sling, sling, drop, pop, pop, drop, sling, sling, pop, drop. No, I got it wrong. And then trough. Oh, and then lock. Okay, ready? Sling, sling, drop, pop, pop, drop, trough, lock. Something like that. This guy's a little slow going down, so I'm gonna need to give him a good cleaning. Watch this mech here. See, it just kind of slowly rests back down. No biggie, but note to self. Okay, that's enough. Now switch test. Can zoom out here. See what we got. That's working. Hey, it's stuck down. First switch I touch. In lane, not really working. Out lane is working. That's good. That's good. What about these switches here? 39. The turret switches, 38. 37. 32. 39, that's one that's missing the target face. 31, and then this other target face, 32. 19, 21, 23. We think all the drop targets register, but if I drop one down, it won't stay at 0. Number 3. Number 2 in lane. Number 1. Are there rebound switches up here? Not really any rebound switches. What about these guys? They're 18, 17. Spinner. We know that works. We think these guys work. 14 and 13. Oh, what about this target up here? Does that work? Hey, wait. Get off 14. 14. What was 14 again? Was it the pop bumper? Get back to 0. Thank you. Okay, red target. Yep, it works. 24. All right, and what about slings? 15, 16. Okay, so it was just what? Was it this inlane? This inlane is about the only one that's not working. Oh no, it is working. Just needed to be worked in. Get out of there. Where's my screwdriver? Get back out. There you go. Was it this one? There we go. So obviously I have to clean every switch, but that's a pretty successful test. Now we're getting into settings here. So I'm not worried about that. It's probably a bunch. Here we go. Make it all the way to the end and then it resets on you. So I'd say that was pretty friggin' successful. Hey, there's no turret test. Oh, you guys, you want your balls. Yes, I know. Anyway, okay, moving on. I should mention the reason the one switch didn't appear to work is because I'm pretty sure it's just a reset switch. So like if I advance all the way to like where it shows the high scores, I can hit reset and bring them back to 0. Or if I advance to the point where it says I have 26 credits, I can go reset and bring that back down to 0. So that's why the one switch didn't appear to work. Now that I mentioned that, I better actually test it to make sure it does work. So, okay, let's advance to something here. The last, there, that is the high score to date, all right? Setting number 4. Let's hit this and see if that goes to 0. Boom, all right, that switch officially works. I'm just debating what to do next. Should I go LEDs? Should I start working on the playfield? Should I start rebuilding mechs? But I think what I'm going to do is mechs are not as fun. LEDs are the funnest. Playfield's pretty fun too. But so I think I'll do something in between. I think I will do the playfield. So time for a topside teardown. And yeah, might have to do some baking. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to take everything off this playfield. So have one last look here. We'll can't really remove the apron because it is how I lift the playfield. So I'll leave that there for now, but eventually we'll get under there. Fairly simple, straightforward. You know, I don't need to like organize all the parts I take off very well. I can just throw them in a big pile. I'm sure I can figure it out. It's not like Circus Voltaire. Okay, so time to get started on that. All right, I'm back. I just had to pop into Costco and drop $330 on toilet paper and random crap. But I got some screws and post caps removed. So let's see what this playfield really looks like. Ouch, sneaky. Pop caps. Is that it? Think we got it all? All right. Let's see what we're looking at here. Got a mix of white and black rubbers. You know, this playfield, other than the planking, is in pretty darn good shape. And that's what your turret looks like. It's like a little... Oh, I see. That's your little magnet there, I guess. Holds it in place until it kicker fires. More burnt out bulbs. Can't wait to deal with 80 bad sockets. Okay, so what I'll do is take a bunch of photos of the rubber orientation. Don't always trust the rubber orientation that's already on the machine, because sometimes people use creative liberties. I imagine we might be missing a rubber there. And just the way that things are done doesn't mean they are correct. But we got some crusties. Oh, I like this about Stern. They've got the rubber identification printed right on the playfield. That is not someone writing that on there. That is screened right on there. And oh, we're missing a rubber here. 1 1/4, 1 1/2. So that's pretty sweet. I love when they do that. Okay, so I think take some photos, remove all these rubbers, and start cleaning up this playfield. Okay, I've got the rubbers and bulbs removed. Check out some of these bulbs. This may be the condition of the sockets inside as well. It's a mix of brand new and original, pretty much. And sometimes when the slings weren't firing during testing, it's because somehow they managed to cram these friggin' like 2-inch rubbers over the span of what should be 2.5 inch. And that is pretty snug, just like that. So they were on there. A lot of these rubbers were on there, super tight. Ellie wants to chime in. Whoa, what are you trying to tell me? You're very excited. Oh, did you want to go into Viper? No? You already did that inspection? Okay. What? Tell me all about it. Okay. All right, way you go. Bye. Oh my God, almost lost my camera. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, tight ass rubbers everywhere. I did like fight with them. But there's a lot of effing posts on this effer. Holy shite. The most posts in the history of any street level pinball machine, perhaps. There's something interesting going on. Have a look at this. And this. And what's this all about? There's more instances. See that? There are many more instances of what looks to be like mylar, but it feels more rubbery than that. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. For fun, let's remove one of these posts and see. This is the biggest chunk that I've found so far. And, you know, it does appear as though this post went through the mylar, if that's what it is. Look at that. Like I said, it feels more plasticky than mylar-y, like rubbery almost. So usually if mylar is removed from a playfield, there's significant potential art damage, which don't really see any of that happening. Here, look, there's another piece under this guy here. So was this mylar? Is this just old ass mylar? And I mean, this is mylar, right? That's on there good. and that's rigid, firm, plasticky. Whatever this is, it's like flexible, stretchable, rubbery. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. Doesn't concern me at all, but no, that ain't gonna work. But yeah, just an observation. So I am going to, yeah, a lot of these posts, to no surprise, are chipped in the bottom. Where's a good example here? Like this guy here. That is pretty crusty. It's like falling apart as I twist it. So I've got to see if I can find a bunch of replacements in my stash to really lep this up. Like, look at that. Or if I want to replace them all, then, you know, it's going to cost me about $1 a post probably, with tax, tariffs, tax on the tariffs, shipping, exchange, transportation cost, delivery cost, setup cost, mailbox cost. We're talking like $100 in posts. That's probably reasonable to assume. So we'll see. If I have enough good condition used ones, then that may be sufficient. I hear activity upstairs. Who's up there? I'm gonna go find out. All right, first time busting out my brand new ultrasonic cleaner. I've got my hose attached so I can drain everything into my trash, apparently. I actually read some instructions. They were not helpful. I did look online before buying this, and there's just so much information, it's overwhelming. So if you have any tips for me, feel free to share. So we're going to throw in these guys here. And what I did for now, so don't get confused, is we're going to do all the tall posts. So this is what they look like now. Probably should have mixed in my cleaner first. Stick these guys in. I'm not using no fancy water, freaking laundry tub water. That's all I'm using. But just in case some of these are crappy, look what I got. Spares. So throw these guys in. Some apparently are floaters and some are not. So I think, like, I don't know, I gotta throw in some cleaner. So I got this concentrated ZEP heavy duty degreaser. Makes up to 60 liters. I don't know. Oh, look at that, ready to go. I'm gonna use a very precise measurement here of ZEP. Use my, hey, I need to change that to LEP. Yes. Oh, someone else noticed. Oh, I gotta show you this. Okay, that's it. That's all you're getting. I'm like gonna color this yellow. Yeah, LEP for life, baby. Someone else noticed my glue is even LEP. I'll cover the rest of that up in red. I must do that. Total side excursion. Okay, so this is the big test here. Stir this up. I don't even know if you need to. It'll probably sonically stir itself up. This is kind of exciting, actually. So I'm going to do all these tall posts, pick the best of them, and then install them. I'll clean under all the posts first, and then I'll do all the shorties. While this is, you know, doing its thing, I will remove all the small posts, the short posts. Okay, so guess we stick on a lid. Oh, you know what? Probably should install the plug. Okay, I'm all plugged in. So like I said, if you have any tips for, you know, what I'm doing, plastics right now, and or metals, because I can see myself throwing in these metals into the next batch. Should almost do it now, but I'll save that for the next batch. But that's fun I can actually do that. So here we go. I think I heard so many different things. I don't know what to put it at. 85? Is that good for, like, I don't know, what's that? 18 minutes? 85 for 18. Is it working? Do I need to hit a power switch or something? It's not making, oh yeah, power. There's a lovely sound. I did hear about the lovely sound it makes. Alright, got a plastic handle here, so shouldn't end up burning myself. But, alright, we're ultrasonic cleaning for the first time. Exciting. Okay, my timer just stopped. So I guess should turn off the heat. And is this going to be hot? Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, definitely looks friggin' hot. Ooh, touching the lid. Set that there. I locked the door so Ellie couldn't come down. Okay, well, I guess I will pull this out of the basket and then rinse all this stuff off, because I guess you gotta do that. And we'll have a look. Alright, gave these a little bit of a dry. Let's go in for a little tour here and see what we think. Well, I'd say they look pretty darn good. How about these pop bumper caps? Friggin' clean. Looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah, I think this might be my new favorite toy. A little bit of, what's the word? Fog. That just needs like a little bit of a polish. What's your strategy when you pull these out? Do you do anything special? Do you just dry them off and call it a day? I think that's probably all you really need, right? So I'll take the best of those, and yeah, that's pretty sweet. In the meanwhile, I'm working on all the small posts, and I still haven't quite figured out what this stuff is all about. There's just a handful of these things. I don't think it was Mylar, but who knows what that is. All right, I've got every post removed except one. I just put in these clear ones as placeholders so I know where all the long ones go, but in hindsight, all the tall, not the long ones, the tall ones, they go in the slingshot area. They go in the turret area, and then there's one rogue tallie there, so didn't really need the placeholders in hindsight. But there is one red post that I just can't get the nut off of. That is a carriage bolt that goes from underneath the playfield, like this. And then the nut you put on this, then you put on the nut. That's what that is, but occasionally those things just get seized, so I'll just clean that guy. It's fine. He's on there tight, not concerned about it. But you can get a better look at the playfield here. You can see definitely the difference between what it used to look like and what it looks like now. Very nice white circles everywhere. I'll get that, look at that, get that as clean as I can. But yeah, so I don't think those little plasticky things or Mylar, I'm really not sure what they are. If anybody has any idea what the hell that's all about, inform me, because I like learning. And I'll deal with this post at some point. Oh yeah, so here is all the old posts. They're not in deplorable condition, you know, got some wax and Novus potentially. They're fine, except for all the chips, but in my bin of goodness here, I found some extras, so add those to the mix. and then pick the best of the lot. So these guys are going in the ultrasonic bath. All right, this time around, I'm gonna stick in these metal lane guides. First time doing metal. Fairly crusty. I'm glad I went with the, this is what, 6 liter? I think it's a 6 liter. Because then you can do big things like this. You can do friggin' potentially entire drop target assemblies. Now, I think this is good enough, or do I need to add any more ZEP? You know, it's probably fine, but it'd be nice to have a, like, you know, put some of this into a smaller container so I don't have to friggin' do that every time. But there, just little spritz. Just lep it up. I mean, zep it up. Just a spritz. And I'm not even going to stir it this time. Do you stir? Alright, fine, I'll stir. Just a little bit. That should be fine. Okay, batch number 2. Okay, I started on the Playfield, and I started with Novus, but it was a little too grimy for that, so I busted out some Lysol Magic Eraser, and just kind of partially putting a dent into it. Not much up there, mostly down here. You know, it's starting to look better. This is kind of the after. That's the before. Gonna take another probably half an hour to hour at least to really clean up the Playfield here. Just trying to get these targets too. They're freaking black. You know, could almost put these entire switches in the ultrasonic cleaner. But yeah, so batch number 2 is done. Have a look at this. Works pretty damn good. I mean, 40-year-old posts are never going to look like brand new, but it sure as hell beats cleaning them individually one by one, which is what I normally do. And the metal lane guides, they look fine and dandy if you ask me. So I'm happy with that. And these plastics are gonna look a little better when it all is said and done too. They've got a pretty good layer of crust on them. But yeah, okay, back to cleaning the Playfield. Alright, I think I'm done with the left half of the Playfield. Cleaning wise, I may go over with Novus just to polish up the main play areas. Things are looking good. Polished up the little metals with the green scrubby. This guy, these flaps were rusty. Gotta do this wood a little better. But so that's what it looks like. Here's your before, basically. So now I'm going to throw on posts on the one side and see what that looks like. Now, this is a cleaning product I can get behind. LEP. Oh, it's on the French side. Nettoyant concentré aux agrumes de qualité industrielle. Anyway, I am pretty much done. Kind of running out of steam here, but I installed half of the posts. I cleaned my switches with my Dremel. I cleaned all the wire guides with the green scrubby. Cleaned the targets front and back. Dremeled the switch contacts. And removed this piece of metal. Clean that, which is nice and shiny on that side, which you will never see, but it looks good. And yeah, all posts are good. I didn't find really too many crusty ones that I had to fight with. I don't typically do a pinball machine in this fashion, but it's a lot of square centimeters to cover and a lot of posts, so I thought it would be fun to split up the task. So I think that is about where I'm going to end. On the next episode, we'll do the other half. Get some rubbers on here and some LEDs. That'll be exciting. So, left for life. What? Wrong side.